Hey guys, so I watched this movie Lilya Forever, and this movie is about a teenage girl who gets abandoned by her mother. Now, her mother leaves the country, leaves Lilya behind, and it's about her struggle afterwards. Now, at first, you'll see that it's really unfair, a mother leaving her daughter behind, but slowly you'll start seeing the reason for it. Lilya sees it too. The place they are in isn't exactly ideal, you can't even call it decent. In fact, calling it decent would be an overstatement. We're actually talking about the time when the Soviet Union was getting dissolved. The country was going through its worst time in history, severe economic crisis, and in fact, the whole country was in poverty. And in those difficult times, being a teenager, like a child, without a proper guardian, it's really a challenge. It's not easy. Now, at first, Lilya is really angry with how the situation is, how everything around her is. You can say that it's not all sunshine and roses when her mother was there, but now it has become significantly worse after her mother leaving the country. In the midst of all this crisis, she really struggles hard to survive. And ultimately, she has to do something that she never even imagined she would have to do. She starts selling herself for money. In the story, there is another character, a younger boy. He's actually a friend of Lilya's, and he likes to keep by her side at all times. And as the story moves forward, you kind of see that they really care about each other. They only have each other. But anyway, as the life goes on, things start becoming somewhat normal. At least she's able to feed herself and her friend. Now, one day Lilya meets this person, this man, that promises her a way out, a way out of this country, a way out of this miserable life. A fresh new start basically, a new job, more money, all the good things, and ultimately Lilya believes him. And despite her friend's words, she goes and leaves the country. And after that, it's only a downhill spiral for her. Now, the story is not really something uncommon or something I haven't known or watched before. Child trafficking for sex trade is actually real and happens all over the globe. It's tragic, but at the same time, a reality. But there is something about this movie that actually grips you, and that is the absolutely natural flow and the seemingly close to real story. The acting of this girl, Lilya, is absolutely unreal. It's so touching. At times, I was so overwhelmed at the amount of suffering she had to endure. I mean, despite trying to do the right things, her life was so messed up. It's actually saddening to imagine children going through things like that. Also, the most natural, the most normal and comforting thing in her life is her friendship. And I think that friendship actually plays a vital role in this movie, in making this movie feel real. It's something that keeps reminding you that she's nothing but just a child, praying for the same love and care that we all wish for. Now, this movie for me is one of those on the list that I would not watch again. It's not because it's not good, rather it's because it's so good, it's so touching that it's painful to watch again. Now, when I started watching this movie, I didn't exactly know what it was about. I hadn't even watched the trailer or anything. But after a few minutes into it, I kind of had a sense that it's gonna be stuck with me for a while. Also, there is a scene in the movie, I probably will be ruining it, but I hope I don't. There's this scene when her mother is leaving the country. She's about to leave the country and they are saying their goodbyes, and both of them are crying. And Lilya says that she won't make it. And by the time I reach the end of this movie, I'm like, of course she was right. Now, movies like this, you remember. They live with you. They're too painful to rewatch, but you never forget them. And the fact that it's based on a true story makes it all the more difficult. So, you know what? You guys can go ahead and watch this movie if you want, and if you do, then do let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.